Good morning. From cottage cheese and Greek yoghurt to enhanced shakes and packed pita breads, I'll find out what's behind our increased appetite for high-protein food.
I imagine you've noticed your weekly food shop. More and more products are now boasting about how much protein they contain. Are you counting your grams of protein?
Well, no, not counting it, but I'm very aware of the labels.
Yes.
The labels are everywhere. And it's not just the usual suspects like cottage cheese and Greek yoghurt. Peter is here to explain why we're all going protein mad. Morning, Peter.
They are everywhere, those labels. I had a high-protein pizza on Friday.
No such thing.
There is such a thing. I'm going to explain. I'm not entirely sure it's much good for me, but I did have it. Good morning, everyone. High-protein foods used to be staples for bodybuilders, didn't they? But they have gone mainstream, and extra protein is getting packed into all sorts of places. Bread, soup, ready meals, pizzas. It's known as the building block nutrient, so we do need protein to help the body, muscles, organs, enzymes grow, and we've known it's good for a long time. But last year, more than 40% of us increased our intake, more of us following gym culture, perhaps. Protein in our diet can naturally come from things like meat, dairy products, nuts, vegetables, certain grains and beans, but there have been 3 million videos with the hashtag protein uploaded onto TikTok in the past year alone. Fitness influencers encouraging us to get more of it into our diet.
Why I love cottage cheese so much, let me break it down. It's insanely versatile. You can put it in your scrambled eggs, you can put it in a tuna mayo, you can put it on a baked potato, do whatever you want with it. It's so versatile, it can go sweet, can go savoury.
Cottage cheese with everything. This trend has helped sales of old-fashioned products like cottage cheese. One retailer's sales up by a massive 138%. Boom time for dairy farmers.
My full name is Robert James Dickinson and I'm the current owner of Longley Farm. We make cream, yoghurt, cottage cheese, butter, buttermilk and cream cheese and Yorkshire curd.
OK, so we've cooked the cheese now. So all we're doing now is we're just moving it around nice and gently and getting it to cool down.
We've been making cottage cheese here since 1971. In those days, cottage cheese was a pretty miserable product. You know, you can see this plate with a sort of lettuce leaf on it, a radish, some salad cream and a bit of cottage cheese. This new resurgence in it, it's more about people adding something to the diet. They're wanting to add protein to the diet. And there's an awful lot more creative ideas around about what you can do with cottage cheese. So particularly since the internet and the famous TikTok, you've got a million recipes for using cottage cheese. 5 years ago, it was desperately going out of fashion. I thought we were going to be the last people in this country making cottage cheese. We were the first people to make it. I thought we were going to be the last people to make it. I would say we were running at half capacity and now we're running flat out on cottage cheese. So you could interpret that as saying we've doubled, couldn't you?
Too early for those shots of cottage cheese for me. How much protein do we really need? Well, it can vary based on factors like age, weight, how active we are. But the British Heart Foundation says for an adult with a healthy weight, the recommended daily amount is just under a gram per each kilo of our weight. And there is a risk we can get a bit too much. And if you're picking up a protein-packed product in the shop, there is a warning to look at the ingredients list.
So a lot of these high-protein marketed foods and snacks that are in our supermarkets right now are very heavily processed. So when you're looking at these products, you want to be seeing how many ingredients are there. Do you recognise the names of all of these ingredients? And how close to a whole food does it feel for you? So if we think about something like nuts, they are a high-protein snack. We compare that to some protein bars. They're going to be very, very different in their composition. So definitely checking to see what the ingredients are and then looking to see how much of things like sugar and salt are in that product as well.
Top tips there. Lots of the growth has also been linked to the increased use of weight loss jabs, so people wanting to maintain muscles whilst also losing weight. But Sally, John, you heard there, the risk is often that you can increase your protein, but by having sort of foods which previously might have been considered junk foods or foods that aren't that good, but you stick a protein label on it and people feel like it's healthy, may well still be quite processed. And the other key is you need to maintain your fibre intake as well.
What's something else to worry about?
Sorry, it's all about balance.
OK.
That's always the key.
Just going back to your protein pizza, how does that work?
They put a load of pea in the dough. Pea protein goes in the dough.
You shouldn't be eating that, Peter.
Come on, John. Peas in the dough.
OK, is that OK?
Yeah, and it's smaller.
You felt better for that, yeah?
I mean, I felt like I'd had a pizza.
And it's smaller.
Smaller as well, that's the key. So it's vaguely healthier, maybe.
So it's like portion control.
That's a bit of portion control as well.
Healthier, maybe, yeah. I think that's the thing, is it makes us feel like we're
It feels
getting away with it.
It says protein in big labels.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fine.
Has your protein arrived yet today?
My omelette will be here in a minute.
There we go.
A few grams
You're
per
like a protein
kilo
bro.
of me. Yeah, right.